What's up everyone, welcome back. I'm sure a lot of you guys tend to wonder why do I always mention to filter the garden soil, or whenever I talk about soil mix I tend to say 80% aquarium sand and 20% of filtered garden soil. A lot of people have asked me this question, why do I say filtered garden soil? Now here I have my garden soil. Now I call it as garden soil. This is basically soil, regular soil. It does not contain any compost or coco peat. It's just plain soil that I pick it up. So now I will filter this and show you something. So over here we have this empty container. We're just gonna filter this, because whatever stays in this net is what I use for my succulent soil mix, and whatever that is left back in this container beneath, either I might use it for making pots or I'm going to use it in papercrete. It basically gives a color and also tends to make the pot stronger, but not always, at times. It also gives a very beautiful brown color to the pot. You might have seen some of my papercrete pots are brown in color, so it's basically because of that brown powder. Here we go. We have this dust. Now it might look like it is free flowing, looks like you can add it into your soil mix. It's not going to cause any issue because it's so free flowing. There is no debris in this, or it is not getting compact, but this is not where the issue starts. I'm going to be adding in some water. I will dry this and I'm going to show you the entire reason why I tend to filter this dust and not use this dust in my succulent soil mix. So let's add a little bit of water to this. You can see it's already starting to stick together, but I want to experiment and show it to you. Of course, this is going to be a continuation video because it is not going to get dried so quick, but I'm going to keep it aside, and when this dries up I'm going to give you a video of how it looks once it dried. Now you can see after I have added water to it, you can see how it is. It's starting to clump up. This soil mix is going to work out really well for your water plants, meaning your lotus or water lilies. You can definitely use this because this is kind of a muck. You can use it for your lotus, water lilies. It's absolutely fine because when it is wet or when it is underwater, it's going to be very soft. But when it dries, that is when the issue occurs. But when it is wet, it is very, very soft, as you can see. So the water plants like lotus or water lilies can easily grow in this. Of course, you will have to use fertilizers later on, but this will work out really well when it is wet or under the water. But when it dries out, it is going to turn into a complete hard substance. Of course, you will get to know. I will show it to you once it's completely dry. So I'm going to keep it aside and I'll get back to you on the next day. So guys, here we go. This is the next day. This is how the fine dust tends to look like after it is, I wouldn't say it's completely dried, but you can still see how strong it is. It's almost like a clay ball. So you can imagine what's going to happen if this stays in your succulent soil mix. And of course, as we all know that we tend to use sand as well. So when the sand is going to mix with this fine dust, you can imagine how compact it's going to get. And of course, your succulent roots will not be able to grow in this. Probably over the period of time, this will settle in the area where you have your drain hole, and it is going to block the drain hole. But even before that, your succulent is not going to survive because this is very, very difficult to even break apart. So you can imagine what's going to happen if your roots are inside something like this. Now guys, again, being said that, it doesn't mean that everyone have to filter their garden soil, because of course the soil is going to differ. In my city or in the neighboring south cities, this is the type of soil that we get, which is very, very high in clay content. So Probably you might not have the same type of soil in your region or in your location, so it all depends. But if you feel that your soil tends to turn clayey or tends to turn compact, so the best thing what you can do is filter it before you use it in your succulent soil mix. So that's it for today, guys. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep planting.